988-766-5554-332-11.
To the podcast from Doug Ground Up Productions with hosts Lady Miz and Ray. This is a universal platform, and there is nothing off limits. We talk about it all, and we keep it real. This is a no judgment zone. So come if you are a professional, comedian, entrepreneur, or just someone who wants to get something off their chest, well, let your voice be heard here on From the Ground Up Productions. Sponsorship and other opportunities are available from the Ground Up Productions, turning nothing into something. There's only one way to go from here. And now, here are your hosts, Lady Miz and Ray.
Yeah, y'all. What's poppin', y'all? What's good, y'all? Lady Miz, y'all, and Ray, y'all.
What's good,
From the
y'all?
Ground Up, baby. Thank God it's Monday.
Yeah, you can say that.
I guess you could say that because we still here. We still breathing. We on the right side of the dirt. You know what I'm saying? And we on BP time for our show. But it's all good. You know why? Because we can do that shit. You know what I'm saying? But yo, big shout out to everybody. I want to shout out Daco. We're going to be having him on the show coming up soon. He got a joint out called Chocolate Baby, and his song is so dope, y'all. And it's #1 in China. It's debuting on BET Jams. So I cannot wait to have him on the show. Today, we are actually going to be talking about a few different things. We're going to be discussing the struggles of an independent artist. We're going to get into some political things as well. And we might add a few things up in there. But in the meantime, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I might have to take some bathroom takes because I'm drinking this wine. I gotta go to the bathroom. He be thinking I be unprofessional with mine, but I be like, it's a podcast. People get up, they walk, they move, they do what the hell. Everything don't have to always be some type of way. So y'all know me. I keep it official, okay? I keep it gully. I keep it real. I don't give a shit. That's how it's going to be, and it's going down just like that. Go ahead, Ray. Take the floor real quick.
Well.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, she's threw me on the spot. Yeah, I don't even know what to say.
I be putting you on the spot, but you gotta be ready. That's why you gotta stay ready, so you ain't gotta get ready. So anyway, give us a minute. What's good, Shaki? Happy birthday, girl! I'm always shouting out your birthday. Yes, it's a few birthdays that this month actually. So big up to Shaki. We went to go check her out in Nyack at Up Lounge restaurant. It was super dope. First of all, that place is really nice. Especially, you know, in Rockland, you get in the 3 floors, the balcony, all of that is dope. And big shout out to Theolonica, boss lady. It was her birthday too. We swung by there, and that was at Vibes in Middletown. So big shout out to her. And I don't want to forget my girl Adrian. Her birthday was early this month. And yeah, so hey, where you going? You leave it? Okay.
Yeah, a big shout out to all the happy birthdays. Well,
yes.
What sign is this?
I don't know. Shaki, what's your sign? I still can't. Let me figure out how that shit is. What's your sign, Shaki? Because I don't know what the shine. I need you to go ahead.
I was trying to. I'm looking at. I think it might be. What is this? Libra just passed, so it's kind of lost on that.
Okay. All right.
Scorpios. Yeah, good. Big shout out to all the Scorpios. Happy birthday to Scorpio season.
Most definitely, yes.
Even though it's Cancer season is always the best.
You already know. Cancer season, baby. That's what I'm talking about. So anyway, let's get into this topic, right? We're going to talk about real quick. Hold on. Let me just send out a few of these things real quick, but I'll be asking you to hold it down. You know what I mean? You got to know.
Yeah, see, right in the middle of it. What's up, King? What's good, y'all? Share this live. We on BP time, and we normally ain't on BP time, but it don't matter because we black and we can do that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. That shit does matter.
All right. It matters, but it don't really matter like that. You know what I mean? Whatever. Anyway,
Black people shouldn't be like that.
King Charlie Prince, we are looking forward to working with you. Not working, well, I'm looking forward to working with you on the joint. Don't think I forgot. I'm definitely going to be writing to that joint that we got coming out. Also, I'm looking forward to the political debate that we're going to be having on October 30th. The Amazon going off on October 30th. I'm looking forward to that as well. So make sure you guys tune in for that. While you're here, because we still didn't get to share it, I want to tell y'all too, because I always forget to do this. We have a YouTube channel. We don't promote or we don't even go in there our damn self, and that's probably really not good. So we really would like y'all to go over to our YouTube from the ground up and like that page. When we're live on Facebook, we are also live on YouTube as well. So we are thinking about transitioning to YouTube because Facebook is about to put a lot of blocks on a lot of things. Okay, we're about to have a lot of restrictions. We might want to, just talk about certain things or even play some industry stuff, but we can't do that on Facebook. They're about to block you. So DJs too, y'all better start getting your shit right and getting ready because they about to shut this shit down. Okay, they about to shut it down. Not only that, but I also want to let y'all know we are in the process of working on our own network on Roku. Okay, so we're in the process of doing that. That might take some time, but we are doing that because we want to have other avenues. We don't want to be just dependent upon Facebook and even YouTube, to be exact. We never know when these people are going to shut us down because they own this shit, right? Right now, they can shut us down and I can't even talk to y'all. That's the only way that we're using their platform. So in order for us to be able to keep connecting with the people, we need to create our own. So we are in the process of creating our own network on the Roku so we can have our own channel.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it on both Roku, Amazon, and Apple. So
definitely.
So be on all those
platforms. What's good, D-Mo Wed? I see you. What's poppin', D? King Charlie Prince. You know what I'm saying, Rhonda, Shaki. Y'all already know what it is. Make sure you guys share this live. I don't know. And that's another thing. I be trying to come over here and share the shit. I can't even share. Facebook be shutting me the hell down. I be like, yo, that's why I got to tell other people, share this live because I can't share the shit. You know what I'm saying? But also, I wanted to tell y'all too that we are, besides that, big up to Grind City TV Network. We are on her station. She has a Roku channel and she allows our show to be a part of her network. So big shout out to KB on Grind City TV Network. Okay, you can see our show from the ground up on Roku now, right? It's under somebody else, but that's cool because that's another sister doing her thing and it's all good. And we still going fucks with her. You understand what I'm saying? Because she a black sister doing her thing and she about her business. It doesn't mean just because we creating our own doesn't mean we moving away from her. We still going to fuck with her. We still going to support her. All of that because she doing her thing and she's also spreading love out there. So that's very, very, very important. Like I said, we're going to talk about some things as far as an independent artist and the struggle of an independent artist. Now, granted, some people might be mad, right? Some people might get mad because, like, right now, I'm probably going to say some shit that people already know. And I'm probably going to say some shit that people don't want to talk about. Right? So this might be a whistleblower moment. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? This might be a whistleblower moment, but it is what it is. Your girl coming hard. I don't give a shit. It is what it is, baby. But go ahead, Ray. I'm gonna have to have Ray just be behind the scenes for me. Yeah. Ray's the technical guy. I'm trying to get him comfortable on the camera, but I don't think.
You have all the stuff to talk about, and then you just be like, hey, here.
No, because shit. Somebody put me on the spot. I'd be like, shit, I got mad shit to say. Is you kidding me? Are you thinking? Put me on the spot. I'd be like, well, I could talk about wigs. I don't give a shit. I talk about whatever. While the girls twerking, I think of any damn thing because I got a whole bunch of shit on my mind. I don't give a damn.
I'm not an artist, so I can't talk about how an artist may feel.
Yeah, but you,
I can give my perspective on what I think.
Okay, it's all good, but it's still mad other things to talk about. But in the meantime,
let's talk about the background.
Okay. Yes. Okay. we're going to talk about that real quick before we get into our topic, right? Why give you guys time to share this live. So I just want to let y'all know, Boss Chicks, I am the co-founder of Boss Chick Chicks. Big shout out to Adrian. I partner up with her. She has actually been giving us a lot of opportunities. So I want to say shout out to her. Make sure if you guys want to build the business, you want to check out Wave Pro Academy. And I always say Academy, and I don't know if it's Academy. I gotta go and make sure. So Wave Pro, you got to check that out. Search and Google that, or you can hit me up if you guys are interested in building a business. That's what she do. I've been working with her. She's been helping me with so much, and it might not be Academy, so excuse me for that. But definitely Wave Pro. Okay. Yeah. So I'm working with her. Boss Chicks will be launching 2021, okay? And that's going to be the crazy year. That's going to be the year when shit really go down, when shit really get crazy, okay? So I'm about to tell y'all,
really?
You better, you damn right.
Crazy
you
shit.
better, listen, it's crazy, but it's going to get worse. So I'm in the process of building and grinding because I'm not going to sit back, right? And then just see, what's going to happen. We don't know what anybody going to do on either side. I'm going to get more into that when we get into the political debate, right? When we get into the political debate on October 30th, I got a few people that's going to be coming on speaking. That's what we're going to be talking about. It is what it is. And I don't really want to touch too much on that, but I'm just telling y'all that for me, I'm about really just trying to grind and level up and do what I got to do. Besides the fact that Boss Chicks will be launching 2021, I also sell CBD infused wellness wine. Excuse me for hitting the mic. Yes, this is CBD wellness wine. Okay, so it's infused wellness wine, therapeutic. So you get in all of the good stuff, baby, without the THC, honey. And it feels good. You get no hangovers, and it's sexy, it's classy, it's all that. And you get in 2 for 1. This is a specialty wine. This ain't your average wine that you get from the store, okay? This is a specialty wine. So hit your girl up if you want that. The boxes is moving, honey. The boxes is moving. The cases is moving, and things is looking real good on this, on that with the wine. So now let's get into this topic. Make sure you guys share this live so we can reach more people, because unfortunately I don't know why I cannot share. But now we're going to talk about these independent artists. Excuse me. We're going to talk about the certain things that goes on with independent artists. The first thing I want to talk about is this. Now, I'm not trying to throw shade at nobody, and I do this too, right? I do it also, but I also know the difference. I know the difference when it comes to taking a picture with somebody, what it means and what it don't mean. So the reason that I'm talking about this shit is because I see a lot of people, they get so caught up in a lot of bullshit. Okay, they get so freaking caught up in a fake reality that we gotta bring y'all back to reality. So let's talk about pictures. Guess what, y'all? If you take a picture with an individual that is a celebrity, that does not make you a celebrity. Okay, that shit. It might work for people. You know, you got people on the outside looking in that might see. Like I got pictures with people all day. They ain't doing shit, but they ain't helping me. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta be honest. Just because you took it, but a lot of people, they use that, right? And here go the whistleblower shit. But I don't care, because sometimes what happens is that shit go to people's head. And when it go to your head, they start treating other people different. And that's what I think is fucked up. You understand what I'm saying? So people be shitting on other people, and they be treating other people different just because they think that they made it and they got an ego because they took a picture with somebody who is considered a celebrity. That also, shit don't make you.
It also sends the wrong reaction, because some people be hating on you and mad with you because they think you done doing something that, hey, you took that picture out.
Exactly. Like, come on. Exactly. Like, yo, for real, on some real shit, it don't even matter. Like, I take pictures with people all day, and at first, I'm gonna keep it 100% with y'all. I was told from a female, right? I'm not gonna say a name, but she was right on some shit. She was like, "You're just as famous as people think you are." You understand? She was like, "I go in other places, other countries, where people They know me, they think I'm famous. And sometimes I go to other places where nobody knows me. I'm not famous to them. So you're just as famous as people think that you are. So with that being said, she told me, yo, you gotta go get pictures. You trying to get your game up, you know, you coming back into the industry, you're gonna have to do a lot of shit. And a lot of shit means you got to go over here, you got to be there, you got to take pictures. If you ever pay attention, you see people it's about being everywhere and who you around and who you taking a picture with, because it's like you in that circle, right? But the real question is, what do that damn circle, what does it do for your career? It might work a little bit on social media, right? Because everybody think about social media like that's the shit, right? So like that, like people is popping off. What you gonna do when social media dies and shit is fucked up? What you gonna do then? That's what I'm saying. You what?
Yeah, I hate it. I hated taking pictures with people. I don't give a damn. I don't want to take a picture with you. I don't even like taking pictures with people I know.
It is. But I'm just saying, for me, you know, I'm just saying, like, you know, taking a picture with somebody don't make you famous. That doesn't give you the right to now start thinking you better than somebody else. You could shit on other people, all of that shit. Hell no. It just means that you took a picture with somebody. That's fucking it. You understand what I'm saying? That shit don't do nothing. And that doesn't mean don't take pictures with people, because I'ma still take pictures with people too, you know, but at the same time, that doesn't mean that it makes me better than somebody else. And a lot of times people walk around and they act like that. And that's the type of shit that I don't like. You want to get
I'm about to say something. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say a big shout out to who this is. Barbarian Lockdown. Yeah, we're gonna give you a big shout out, but I'm gonna delete your YouTube videos. I'm just letting you know.
Oh shit! Why do you say that?
Come on, man. Or those are those people that just come in and be like, yeah, share my shit, but they don't want nobody, they don't support nobody, but they want everybody.
Well, listen, share the live and we'll keep it on there. I ain't gonna lie, because I be going on people's shit, posting my shit sometime too. Fucking recently, I'm an independent artist. I understand what you're doing, but you gotta share this shit though.
Yeah, if he ain't gonna put in no work, then I'm deleting it. It's fair, it's fair.
He said, fuck it, I'm putting you on the line. Now, I respect what you're doing, but that's another thing too. All right, I guess we could talk about that.
Yeah, I respect what he's doing, but if you want people to support you, you got to share the same support. When I go into people's things and I might drop your links or something, I share their post. Exactly.
I understand that. I totally get that.
If he ain't sharing it, I'm deleting it.
Fuck it. It is what it is, y'all. You heard it here live from the ground up. Ray said, if you want, you want us to support, you want to promote on here for other people to see it, then you must share the live
because
too.
Everybody who comes on here, they support. You know, there's people that we actually interview that support.
Right.
And they stay coming back. You know, if you want us to support you, you gotta, it's a two-way street. And that's the problem with a lot. You know, I ain't got nothing against independent artists, but some of them think that they too big to support somebody else.
Well, I think that's a selfish issue. Me being an independent artist, I totally understand that part of it, because when you think about it, not understand what they're doing, I understand the frustration. Because one thing that I did notice was when I was going to perform, I would notice that all the artists would perform. As soon as they're done, they would leave. Right? We talked about this before in the past. Artists, these independent artists, they get out here, they perform, right? Because they want you to see them. But they don't stick around for the other people coming up. When I was performing, it didn't matter. Sometimes I would be the first one there, right? And the last one to leave. Yep. And I would go up early or, in the middle of the show. But I never left, because I was there to also stick around to support those other people that was there. I think a lot of times we have a lot of problem. We want shit, right? People want to take all the motherfucking time. They want to constantly take, but they don't want to give nothing. Okay. And that's the problem. I'm not saying that individual is like that, because I don't know the individual or whatever that post. I'm just speaking in general. Like, a lot of times what people complain about that they want, they not giving it. Okay. And people could see through that. People used to think, even when I lived in Queens, right? They used to be like, not lived in Queens, excuse me. When I was performing out there, they would be like, you live out here, you from Queens? I'm like, no. They was like, oh shit, because you was here earlier and you stayed like late. And I'm like, yeah, because other people coming up. I'm here for these other artists too. You understand what I'm saying? And they're like, damn, they respect that. You understand? And that's the way that it has to be. You have to show the respect to all these other people out here that's doing what you're doing. And you got to network and you got to build relationships with people. Very, very important. You don't build relationships with people and you create enemies, that shit's going to affect you big time.
Well, isn't that the rap culture? And not for nothing, I'm gonna disagree with you on that. I don't think it's selfish. I'm gonna call it sucker shit because only suckers want everybody to be the sucker but them. You know, and I say that is you want everybody to support you. You put time, effort with somebody else.
That's a fact. Yes,
that's some sucker shit.
I mean, it is what it is. You know,
nope.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Nope, that's why I didn't get no support. That's why if Barbarian Lockdown, if I don't see a share, it's getting deleted.
Oh God, he said fuck that. He wants some mad rapper shit today, y'all.
Nah, because people do it all the time. You know how many people I might share something, and before I even finish sharing it, before I even log off from the share, I got somebody hitting me with all the YouTubes with a reply. You didn't even have long enough to look what I shared, and you sharing your stuff.
I mean, that's what people do, and that goes back to the
sucker
selfish or being selfish. No, a lot of people, it's about what can you give me? What can you do for me? How can you support me? But they don't think about nobody else, and that's the desperation of getting on. You understand? Getting on, getting noticed, and just trying to get your shit popping. But they fail to realize that it's bigger than that. It's way bigger than that. You know what I mean? So, you know, exactly, Shaki, it's selfish. It's extremely selfish, you know? But, you know, sometimes we got to talk about it. And it's not, for me, I'm not saying this to disrespect people because I'm going to be honest. When I decided, I'm going to get back into the music, I was doing that shit. I was soliciting like a motherfucker. I was sending people shit. I was going into people's stuff, dropping my shit. You know what I mean? Because I wanted people to hear and see. And then after a while, I started noticing, wait a minute, this shit is whack. Not only is it whack, let me just tell y'all something. In this industry, right? In this industry, in the music industry, it's oversaturated. It's an oversaturated industry. So people are actually tired of motherfuckers constantly in their inbox or tagging them or hitting them. You know, you don't have a relationship with people, but you sending them all your songs. It's so many people on the internet doing that shit. People are getting tired of that. That's why I don't even do that no more. It is what it is. I'm going to tag people that I know that support me, people that I know, and I might put it in some groups, but then that's it. I'm not hitting up a whole bunch of strangers that I don't know. And to me, in order for it to reach those people I don't know, I ask people that I know to share it with their people. Now it doesn't look like I'm soliciting shit. People don't like that.
Well,
point blank.
Then again, I hate to say it, but there's people we know that won't even share it.
I'm not really worried about that because... See, for me,
I don't know.
I learned to get away from expecting things from people.
No,
and I'm not doing like you could do it, and I'm clear, and I know who does what. You understand?
No, I get that.
I don't care.
It's like I don't. You know, if the average person, I don't expect anybody to share anything. What I do expect is if you want something from me, you got to give something back. And absolutely. A lot of people who always want something from us will never turn around and say, "Hey, let me share this." You know, right. Now you know how many people that hey Ray, can you share my fly that I got coming out? You know, and then see me online and won't even share something that I put. That could be more important.
Right. And see, that's the type of shit that make people salty. But I'm not really giving a damn about that. I see who if they do it, if they do it, if they don't, they don't, and I keep it moving because I don't have time to put my energy or thoughts or feelings into what somebody else do or don't do. Because at the end of the day, I'm still going to do what I got to do. So it don't really matter to me. Like, I don't give a shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I ask, if you do it, you do it. If you don't, it ain't no love lost. I know where I stand with the person. Like, I know, like, all right, they ain't really the one that's going to do that. And that's all you need to know. And you keep it moving. Yep. I'm not going to harbor a lot of times. And that's another thing, too. A lot of times, independent artists, y'all get on here like, oh, motherfuckers, you ain't saying my shit. Oh, you ain't do this. You ain't do that. And they get into their feelings over some shit that people don't have to do anyway. It's a few things why people probably don't want to share it. And I could break down a few right now. One, people don't give a shit about what you're doing. Yep. Point blank. Some people don't really give a shit. Some people don't like you. Some people don't want you to succeed. Some people don't like, they maybe not interested in the content or your music or whatever it is that you're doing. So they're not into it. They're not obligated to do nothing for you. And I understand that. And that's why I don't even get mad over shit like that no more. It don't affect me.
Yeah. And you know what? I agree with you on that. I agree that, you know what, you don't have to care what I do. Right. But what Shaki said is, one hand washes the other.
Right.
And that's that's the idea I believe in. I don't have a problem helping you if you don't have a problem helping me. What I do have a problem with the ones who always want to help that don't want to give it back.
Yes.
That's
yes.
where my issue is. I don't give a damn if you don't want to share this. All right, I don't give a damn. But don't ask me to do something for you.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. Shaki said, I love what y'all do. You support, you hook people up with the appropriate person and not haters. That makes you unique. And where am I at? In this industry, you will always have my support. Thank you, Shaki. I really appreciate that. And the reason that I do that also is because I had to learn, even as an artist. I said, okay, you know what? People are not supportive of each other. What can I do to say, let me start bringing people together and changing the mentality of the competition? See, that's the reason why other people don't want to share or support alike, is because they're in competition with you. How dare, I'm not going to share your shit, and then people are going to check you out, and then it looks like you're doing better than me. The perception of someone doing better than someone else is what people cannot deal with. And that is pretty much why a lot of people don't do it, or again, why they may be not interested, and that's cool too. But yes, when I'm interviewing people, like I had the 2 shows, big shout out to 1-3 and Aura Raquel. Yes, big shout out to them, 2 artists that I interviewed, dope artists, and I said, yo, and talk to each other, come together and network, right? Because that's important. And I think that I want to do a networking event. It's important that we network. It's important that we talk to each other. It's important that we build together. We talk about all this, building our community, building the Black Wall Street, building all this shit, and we can't even come together on other lower levels to build ourselves up. So that's my main thing. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, like I had to get out of that mindset too. But sometimes you're in that mindset, it be like that. But I'm out of that shit now. Now I'm on a different level. And guess what? It's working for me. And not only is it working for me, it feels good doing it. I'm glad that I can now, come together with people, link with people, network with people, build relationships, and it feels good. I'd rather do that than be fighting with people. I ain't got time to be fighting with no damn body. The hell with that. King Charlie Prince, I see you back. I know you left the cave back. What's good, Demo Wet? Make sure you guys follow Demo Wet and King Charlie Prince. Demo Wet is a producer. He also was a part of the group. Is it King's son? I want to make sure I get that right. Demo Wet worked with plenty of people, but I always say the main hit that he did was Hate Me Now with Nas, because that's one of my favorites, okay? And big shout out to King Charlie Prince. He did, if you know the song, The Roof Is on Fire, he did The Roof Is on Fire, and he also did the request line, DJ, please pick up your phone, I'm on a request. So if y'all know those joints and they on here right now, make sure y'all follow them as well too. Tony Little is Demo Wet, and King Charlie Prince his name is King Charlie Prince. Yes. So now we about to get into the next topic of our people in supporting dead rappers, right? A whole nother issue. It is an issue.
Well, I'm gonna say that I wouldn't call. I guess it is an issue, but I would say that it's not the fault of our people. It's the fault of people in control of the music, because they make them more famous after they dead than before they are, because it's more money for them.
Exactly. But I think, to me, it's a deeper issue when you think about it, because here's the thing. When you think about people that die in this industry, right? I look at Facebook. People are, I was talking about this earlier. People are attention seekers. No disrespect to nobody, but and I'm not trying to be funny. I seen a guy live in a hospital bed on Facebook. Talk about, hey y'all, I'm about to get in this surgery. Pray. Everybody pray for me on Facebook. Like, I know disrespect. I'm not trying to be funny, but my thing is, people are attention seekers, and if you in a hospital and you think you about to die, why are you on Facebook going live? Because look, people don't get because you know why? Because that's that energy of how everybody will tap into your shit when you about to die. I'm dying. Everybody, let me say, I'm sending prayers, the prayer hands, this and that. I'm praying for you. They ain't even fucking praying. They said when black people say I'm praying for you, that was the prayer. Okay, that motherfuckers ain't even praying for real, And they say I'm gonna send a prayer for you. No, they not. When they did the hit, that was it. It stopped right there. They done moved on to the next post. You understand that? Don't get me wrong. I understand that people maybe want to express themselves. I get that. You understand? But if you're in the hospital bed, you should not be going live. That shit, and then that brings me back to the rappers, right? The rappers who come or do great, right? They be alive all this time. Don't nobody want to really totally support them, talk about them. Next thing you know, when they dead, everybody, they rocking out to their music. They playing them constantly. They posting up on all their social medias, rest in peace. They acting like they heartbroken. It's all on their story. They, people putting stuff out. The industry, the radio stations, the record labels, they're getting paid off of your death. So Jadakiss once said, what do you say? Dead rappers get better promotion, right?
Yep.
Dead rappers get better promotion. That right there says a lot about us as a people. Now we about to get into some other shit. Why is it that we're only valued when we're dead? And the problem with that is our people think the same damn way too. Why is it that we only value us when we dead? Why can't we value each other when we alive? Right? Give the flowers while they still here, while they could still smell them. Show them like, yo, I appreciate you. I like what you're doing. You're beautiful. You this, you're doing a great job. Post up the pictures, blah, blah, blah. And people want to wait until you dead. And then that's when they want to acknowledge you, post you up. If you ever take a look at somebody's Facebook or Instagram and see how many people like they shit. And then see how many people, if they gone and they not here with us no more, how many people actually like their stuff after that when they're no longer there, all the comments and shit. Any other time, they scrolling right past your shit. They ain't looking at your shit. They ain't paying attention. They ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as you dead and gone, you got a whole bunch of comments, a whole bunch of likes, and some shares. They just want to be involved and be, I don't know what the fuck it is. It's horrible. It's horrible. We need to appreciate people now. Appreciate people now. Why the hell? You know what I mean? Like, I don't like that shit.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say, to bring it back to the music stuff, we've made it popular to be a dead artist, And
right, exactly.
That's our fault. We made it popular, and then unfortunately, the record industry took advantage of it, and they're still taking advantage of it.
Absolutely, and that's true, Shaki. They give more love when you are dead than when you are alive. But you know what I'm saying? The shit is crazy.
We do that in our own families. We will not call a family member and then be at the funeral talk about, man, I wish I had one more chance to talk to you. What?
Mm-hmm. Showing up at the funeral trying to see what they could get. Family members, they do that shit. They don't talk to you the whole time, right? And then all of a sudden, soon somebody died, they there trying to see what items they could take. They don't even give a shit about the person's death. And this is what I'm talking about. It's about value. It's about valuing yourself and valuing your people and showing your love while you're there. And that's why I say, like, this whole coronavirus shit that's going on right now, this whole coronavirus is an eye-opener to, you better start appreciating your loved ones. Appreciate the people that surround you. Appreciate yourself. You understand? Take better care of yourself. Because none of us is promised tomorrow. We don't know what the hell, I ain't gonna lie. So I be thinking like, shit, when is it gonna be my last day? And you also got to plan. Black people don't plan. And I'm not disrespecting nobody. And this is not directed towards anybody. So I want to make this perfectly clear in case somebody come across this shit later and see it. But I do have to talk about this for us as a people. Get life insurance. Get a trust if you got properties and you got money and investments. If you got kids and you got a family and you don't have no life insurance, that's a problem. Because at the end of the day, you got to understand us, especially us as a people, we talk about reparations. We are already trying to catch up. You understand? We are already trying to catch up. Why put your family in deeper debt trying to bury you? That shit is crazy. The hell with the GoFundMes. Now, I understand I'll donate to a GoFundMe. Don't get me wrong, and I have. But the thing is we shouldn't have to do that. We shouldn't have to have GoFundMes to bury our loved ones. We don't have no life insurance, no trust funds, no nothing, no investment, no nothing where the family could take that and take care of you as an individual. It should not be like that.
Okay, I'm gonna say this: life insurance, yes. Some families can't afford trust funds. Now,
But let me give some knowledge.
If you out here and you got a BMW and you got,
I was gonna say that
if you buying $250 Jordans for your child just to look good in, then you that's a bad choice. But if you're in a position where you live in check to check and you just enough to pay your bills,
you could get no. I'm sorry. I have to disagree with you.
I understand
because see, these people,
life
if they
insurance
got
thing,
Jordans, if your kid got on Jordans, you can afford. You know when my kid need a new pair of sneakers, right? Oh, I need a new outfit, or I need a new purse, I need a new wig, I need new shoes, I need to get my nails done, got to get my hair done.
I ain't talking about those people.
You can afford all of that stuff. Then you can afford life insurance. I don't care if it's a small $50,000 policy. You can afford that. Okay.
I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the one who's actually who's making just enough to pay their bills. They don't have enough to buy the Jordans. They don't have enough to buy the nice car and all that. I'm not talking about those people. That's who I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm talking about the ones who are out here buying Jordans, and you got the BMWs, and you living in your mama house and you're buying all of this other stuff, but that's the person I'm talking about.
Yes. Okay. Totally understand that.
Because not everybody can, that person who's living check to check cannot afford investments.
I agree to a certain extent. A lot of times people get what they want. Okay. I didn't see people who say they ain't got no money, but they high all day.
Right, yeah.
Don't tell me you ain't got no money. If you got you seeing the weed man, you got money. Okay, right. It's about the choices that you're making and what you're doing with your money. Don't tell me you don't have money.
Yeah, those people, but yeah, there are those people too. But there are those people who are not doing any of those things and just living check to check.
Okay, well, here's my thing. To educate. People don't know that a trust, you can actually have a trust done within your will. You don't have to have a separate trust. Now, you can get a separate trust, but you can actually put the trust in your will. So if you're getting your will done, you can have that included in to the will. That'll save you money on doing something separate, okay? So there is options out there. Like I was a big fan of Susie Orman. I don't know if y'all know who that is. It's a white lady, right? But I still like her. And I learned a lot from her too, watching her. I used to watch her faithfully. You know that. Yeah. I would be like, y'all, you know how people run to go watch Love and Hip Hop? Well, I was running to go watch Susie Orman because I wanted to learn about after I read her book, The Young, Fabulous, and the Broke. Okay, that was me. Young, fabulous, and broke. So I was out there doing all this, but I was broke. You understand? I was just trying to look the part. And a lot of us do that shit. But that was me too. Like now I don't give a shit. Like I could look, honestly, I got expensive stuff, but I got cheap shit too. I make all that shit look good. That's how I look at it. I don't give a fuck. I'm not hooked on. My value is not on. It doesn't make me who I am based off of a material item. So you have to be confident in yourself and who you are, no matter what. Confidence is everything, and self-love is everything. So all of that other shit don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? But it does feel good when you put that shit on. Don't get me wrong. Don't think I do my nails and toes myself. You know what I mean? And my wigs and shit, I buy wigs, okay? Get my hair done, whatever. The weaves, all of that. I like all that shit. But it doesn't make me. It doesn't make me who I am. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's about my heart, and my personality, and my character. Point blank. Yep. That's what it's about. So now what was you gonna say? I thought you were saying something else.
No, yeah, I do have some news off the topic. Anybody who watches Cheaters? Yeah, you didn't hear about the Cheaters?
Mm-mm.
Well, the biggest cheater of all Cheaters is gonna be the host of the new Cheaters.
Oh shit! Okay,
Peter Gunz.
Oh wait, Peter Gunz. Yes, I heard that a while back.
Yeah, I just seen it today. I was like, what the hell? He gonna be chasing people down, talking about why you
just
cheating.
Hearing about that? I heard that last year.
It just came out now that it's because the shows are starting now. So I just seen the commercial for it.
What's good, team chemistry? We got to get King Caffelli on the show, girl. Make sure you hit us up. We definitely want to interview him. He's a dope artist too out there from Harlem doing his thing. Big shout out to Team Chemistry on the check-in. Yes, what was you saying? Oh, Peter Guns. Yes, we already Peter Guns. That's it's not totally new. I guess maybe it's new episodes, but I did hear
the episode, the season's starting now. This fall. Okay. So I just seen the commercial.
He's the biggest cheaters of all.
Yeah, he is, and he's the king of all cheaters. I couldn't imagine I can't wait to watch it because I'm like, wait a minute, I want to see how a cheater is gonna be chasing down other cheaters, telling them, hey, why are you cheating?
Right. Big shout out to Peter Guns, okay? The Creep Squad. They already know.
Wait, this guy got his girlfriend.
It's entertaining, though. It is entertaining.
He got his girlfriend and his baby mama pregnant at the same time.
Oh, my God. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know, whatever. Look, it is what it is. If they doing it and they falling for it and they accepting it, then fucking that's on them. Guys, make sure you share this live. We obviously can't share too much, so we ask you guys to make sure you share the live if you come in. Also, we want to talk about. I just wanted to say something real quick. I'm trying to remember. There's an upcoming event.
Oh yeah.
Right, November 14th. I will be there. Lady Miz and Ray from the Ground Up Productions and a few other people. We got Shades of Black. We got City Divas. All that. This is the event coming up. Will Track will be performing. Grand Pooba will be performing. Shade of Black will be performing. We got DJ King James and we got the comedians Kenny Wu. It's a lot of comedians. We actually interviewed the comedians the other day on Zenobia's show. You guys could check that out. I shared that. We just went live from her show, but you guys could check that out. That's coming up on November 14th. Make sure you hit me up if y'all want tickets. I got tickets for sale. The tickets is $40. And what comes with that $40? See, you get a lot. You get a lot for $40. You get to come in and watch the dope ass performances. You get to laugh with some dope ass comedians. You also get some performances from some dope ass artists. We got Will Track and Grand Pooba. And other artists that will be performing, Shade of Black, Naasia, and another young lady. I'm sorry, I don't have her name up. But not only that, but it's also a buffet. So you're going to be able to eat, and that comes with your ticket. And it's also open bar, so you could get your drink on. I mean, all of that is going down in one spot, one place in Middletown, New York, at AO Studio. So if you're looking to come out and enjoy yourself and get all of that, hit your girl up, Lady Miz. I got some tickets for you, and the tickets are $40. Okay. Now, I also want to.
Okay, I was going to say just so you understand that is happening November 14th.
Yes, November 14th. That's going down in Middletown.
And they're practicing
social distancing. Yes, so things will be set up properly for social distancing, and if anything was to happen where they shut us down, get prepared for that because that shit's about to happen. If anything was to happen, you will get refunded your money back. So don't think that, oh no, I paid for this and that. You're gonna get your money back, and especially if you could getting it from me. I don't play that. So you're getting your money back. And matter of fact, let me back that up. I don't think nobody plays that. Everybody seems totally legit when it comes to this. Everybody that's selling the tickets. So that's what's up. Oh, you can't wait to get the chips. That's right, girl. They coming out. 2021 is when the Boss Chick chips will be launching, and I will be giving. Oh, it was King Charlie Prince. I'm sorry. Oh, my bad, King Charlie Prince. I thought it was Team Chemistry. Yes. Also, I want to give a big shout out to DJ Cisco from DJC Radio Global. He is going to be hosting my mixtape called The Miz Tape, and that will be coming out very shortly. And it's basically going to be all of my freestyles and some of my joints all on one shot. And it's hosted by DJ Cisco. And big shout out to Fredro from Onyx, who gave me a drop, which is totally dope. I appreciate that because Onyx was somebody, that whole group was artists that I looked up to and rocked out to. You know what I mean? So I'm a fan of them. So that was something that, you know, I appreciate that for real, for real.
Shout out to Cash on Able too. And then he dropped.
Oh yes, Cash
DJ
on Able.
Savage.
Yes, most definitely. Shout out to the. Oh, let me tell y'all, I got a compilation that I'm working on with some artists, right? So we got Soraya Alexis, we got Ian 95, we got Cash on Able, we got your girl Lady Miz, and we got Contagious, and we might be adding another artist onto this, but we got a compilation that we working on. It'll be Lady Miz presents, and then it'll be those artists. So look out for that too. We working on that. And I already told y'all with King Charlie Prince, me and him is going to be doing something together. So that's another thing. And big shout out to Mikey D. He got some joints coming out also. And he also have a podcast called Pass the Torch. Make sure you guys check that out. He's doing big things as well. And big shout out to Veg. Y'all already know who Veg is. Veg is everywhere, y'all. Veg is everywhere.
You don't know who Veg is. You slipping.
Yes, big shout out to him. And I will be having my brown skin video is about to be dropping very, very soon. So look out for that. We've been waiting. A lot of this stuff, I don't want to say some things don't happen exactly how you want or when you want it to happen. But it's okay as long as it happens, right? It's not about, stressing and time and this and that. It's about getting it out and doing it right. So that's what, some of these things I was expecting it to come out before, but, some things got delayed, but that's okay. It's coming, though. So just stay on the lookout for that brown skin video.
But let's make it clear, though. Mm-hmm. When it premieres, it will be premiering on this show first.
Most definitely.
You will see it here first. So
then I'll be hitting the other people out. Big shout out to Daco because he got the chocolate baby. Yep. And I feel like the brown skin goes perfectly with that. I'm all into discussing and talking about and uplifting and just embracing our people and our skin and all about melanin popping. You know what I'm saying? I love that shit. And at the end of the day, when we think about all of that, I think we have to embrace that, right? We have to embrace and love ourselves. It's so important. That's important to me. I hope it's important to y'all. You know what I mean? But and I'm sure it is. But that's another part of loving each other and uplifting one another. iSmiles came through. Big shout out to Deshauna. She came through. Big shout out to Boss Lady came through. And I hope and all the glam girls that came through. Mm-hmm. Am I missing anybody? And I hope that I'm not. Soraya's friend, I forgot his name. He came through. Trina and her husband came through. Oh my God.
My sister.
Big shout out to Melinda.
My sister came through.
And Joe came through. And my niece came through from Spring Valley. They had the whole clique. So a lot of people came through. But let me talk to y'all real quick about that video. Brown skin, right? It's important to me. It was important to me to put that out. Big shout out to my daughter, Soraya Alexis, who's on the hook for that, right? I said, I want to do something that's uplifting for my sisters, something that will embrace them, to make them put their head high and say, I love who I am. I love the skin I'm in. Y'all ain't got to like it, but I love it. You understand? And as soon as I heard the beat, I wrote the hook. And I went to my daughter, like I said, I got a hook. I wrote it for you. Please sing this for me. Y'all ain't got to like it, but I love it. Love my melanin. That's why I love my brown skin. All right. Because a lot of times we're taught to hate ourselves. And, it's a lot of bleaching with the skin. Mm-hmm. Never bleach on the skin. Me never bleach. Me look like a brownie. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, I felt like it was important to say, yo, I want to do this song and put this message out. But I got to tell y'all some real shit. It's not easy doing songs like that. Let me tell you why. Let me see what King Charlie Prince said. Because I can't read his distance, but I got it right here. But we're going to read your message in a second, King. But check this out. The reason why, and listen closely, y'all, because this is some, it's deep to me. As a Black woman now in 2020, what is popular? What is known to be common? I don't fall into that category. So when I'm doing a song called Brown Skin, that shit don't fit today's shit. Yep. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And don't get it twisted like, I'm ladylike and shit, but I'm hood like a motherfucker too. But I be keeping that shit on the low. You know what I mean? Because I'm grown and sexy, baby. But I'm just saying, but the hood shit could come out. But I be, I keep that shit confined in a box, and I let that shit out when it's time to come out. But the whole thing is, my point that I'm making here is, in a world of twerking, in a world of sucking dick, excuse me, get your kids out the room, because what time is it?
It should be in bed anyway.
What's that song? This pussy talk, and this pussy talk, the whatever girls, I forgot what their name is, excuse my language. And I'm not disrespecting any of those ladies. Whatever they do, they got to do what they got to do to feed their family. What I'm saying is, for me as an independent artist, it is very hard to come out here and to have people like and pay attention when you're not twerking and talking about sucking somebody's penis. It is very difficult because I don't fit in. But that's cool. I stand out because I'm not meant to fit in. You understand? But I also have to represent myself in a certain way because my kids is watching me. You understand? My kids is watching. So I could curse though, because cursing is, that's one thing. But I can't be on social media doing all types of shit that represent me a certain way because my kids' friends will see that too. And how does that look? That's embarrassing. Imagine your mother on social media doing all this shit and twerking and talking about how she could suck a good dick. Excuse me, right? And do all that shit. She on there doing that. Your kids' friends got to see that, and they like, yo, that's your mom. Like, I can't put myself out there. And then in the next post they do that, and then they post their kids up.
Yeah.
Like, do you know how embarrassing? Like, yo, for real, this is social media. This shit gonna be here forever. They could screenshot that shit if you delete it. It ain't going nowhere. So my thing is, do something that you could be proud of. Like, let me see you explain that shit in your rocking chair when you talking to your grandkids, and they like, yo, grandma, that was you, and you trying to tell them, baby girl, you need to be, better, do better for yourself. You trying to preach now, but you didn't tore shit up way back then. You know what I'm saying? When you was out there acting a damn fool. Don't get me wrong. Let me backtrack on some shit. I'm not saying I ain't never talked like that before. I did. Okay, I'm putting that out there right now. I called myself, I'm a bad bitch. Da, 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 da. I was talking like that first, and I'm not knocking people who talk like that now. I'm speaking for myself. I was talking like that because that was my environment. See, I was a product of my surroundings and my environment. And that's all I knew. So everybody that I was around was on that shit. You know what I mean? So I was on that shit. And it had to take me to kind of get away from that mindset to say, hold up, wait a minute. I'm not a bitch. I'm a queen. You understand what I'm saying? We like to take pride in calling, I'm a bitch. And we like to call our other friends bitches. I don't do that. If I call you a bitch, it's because I'm mad at you and I think you a bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's not a compliment. You know what I mean? That's when, if I say that, it's disrespect. So go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna say, not for nothing, all the girls who do that right now, they have short-lived careers. Because
I can't say, I don't know where their career going.
Honestly, because how much can you talk about twerking and
they can talk about it a lot because a lot of people listen to that shit.
There's so many ways. It's so many ways you can rap about it. I don't know. I just
can't
all
different ways. All different ways.
All right.
All different ways.
I guess it's 69. But
no. Huh?
69 different ways.
Yeah, it's 69 different ways. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Shaki, exactly, is maturity, and that's what I'm saying. Like, trust me, y'all.
I don't know. I don't see it lasting that long. I don't see a career lasting that long nowadays doing it. Come on, Lil' Kim did it, and look how, not for nothing. Her.
And that's another thing. Lil' Kim, everybody always want to shit on Cardi B, right? And even when I say this stuff, people might think I'm throwing shade. I'm not throwing shade, but I'm going to still talk how I feel. Like, I'm not going to censor myself because I'm afraid somebody's going to get mad. Fuck that. Y'all say what y'all want to say. I'm going to say what I got to say. But at the same time, people always be talking about, Lil' Kim did this, that, and the third. Or what? I mean, not Lil' Kim. They be talking about Cardi B. But Lil' Kim been talking that shit. Okay? Other people, you have my neck, my back, lick my ass and my crack,
That's
right?
What she said? I never know.
Yeah. See, people don't know that shit. I'm not saying that people don't know it, but yeah, lick my ass and my crack. Like, people been talking that shit. You heard the Lil' Kim joint in the car the other day. I listen. Lil' Kim is one of my favorite artists. I ain't gonna lie. So don't get me wrong. If I'm saying I'm talking this shit about respect, how I represent myself is how I represent myself. How somebody else represent theyself is how they do. I'm not here to judge them. I'm just here to shed light on, I'm gonna be who I am. You could be who you are, right? But just remember, when you're doing what you're doing, there are consequences for your actions. It's just like how you watch Love. You ever watch Love and Hip Hop in these shows? and Basketball Wives, and they talking about, oh, Mona Scott or whoever is running them shows. They put these bad images out there that they made it look so bad. But see, the problem is you can't blame them. And you know why you can't blame them? Because you gave them the footage to do that shit. Take personal responsibility. You got to take personal responsibility for your actions. You thought it was a time to wild out so the views could get up, so you could stay on the show, so you act out and you act the fool, and now you want to put the blame on somebody else because they saying they made me look this way. You did that shit. You gave them the footage. Just like black people want to talk about, oh, why they doing it, putting all this stuff out there on us. How? Like, if you're not doing the shit, they don't have nothing to report. Like, people got to take responsibility for their shit. Go ahead.
First, I'm gonna give Dubar Black. He said it's the only way that it seems to get hurt as a female rapper, and sometimes I agree. That's
right.
But
it's true.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate to that, right?
Okay.
Because when you got these people to say, "Oh, this is all they show of us," I could see why they can be mad, because these people may not be showing the good things that they do also.
Right.
You know, so, and that's the same thing when we talk about our people and, you know, all the shootings and killings in the hood.
Mm-hmm.
They never talk about the good things that's being done in the hood too. So
absolutely,
I could see the anger and saying, why this is what only y'all want to talk about. You know, so I can see you got to see both sides of the anger.
Okay.
Well, and you know, not for nothing, if you do put yourself in those bad positions, you can't get mad that that's what people exploit. Because that's what people want to see nowadays. Nobody want to see nobody doing nothing good. Absolutely.
But you do have, there are a lot of females out there that do talk about positive stuff, but a lot of people don't support these people like that. And it might be corny or it might not be fun enough, right? And excuse me, I understand that mindset because I was like that. Like, if people look, I'm gonna keep it totally real. Like, and some people that know me, like for me, back in the day, fun for me was, you got to be on the block. You got to have the 40 ounce. Your pants got to be hanging off your ass. You got to be talking out of the side of your mouth like this. And if you wasn't like that, I was like, these niggas is corny. Like, I'm trying to roll with this one. You got to be selling drugs. I was ignorant as fuck. You
wouldn't have liked me then.
I was ignorant as fuck. No, I'm with you because you're the opposite of that. You understand? Like,
I was bad as hell, but I didn't do none of that shit out.
Listen, I got tired of dealing with that mentality, the thug mentality. Although it might be fun, us girls, we want to have fun. We want the roughnecks. We want all of that shit, right? And it's all good, but that shit come with a price. It come with a price. It's a sacrifice for that. So you might get all of that, but it come with something else. So that's why some people, I be trying to tell some of my friends, because they be like, well, I want this type of guy. Yeah, you looking for this, that, and the third, but you're forgetting about other qualities in a man. And then a lot of these females today, they run around. I hear and I see it all on my timeline. Ain't no good men out there. F all these dudes. We might as well date each other. Look, to each his own, right? But at the end of the day, they say all of that, but they portray themselves as a bunch of fucking thoughts. You understand what I'm saying? You acting like a bunch of thirsty bitches. Excuse my language, but you wait. What? Yo, fuck it. I'm not sugarcoat. Tonight's not the sugarcoating night. They acting like a bunch of thirsty ass thoughts, right? Look desperate for attention on social media, and then they get mad when the dude only want to put their penis in their mouth and think that that's all they good for. This is what you portray that you wanted. This is what you said. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. You on there twerking, you shaking your ass, and then you talk about ain't no good men. They don't respect me. You don't respect yourself. You get what you asked for. So don't be mad. And if that's what you want, then so be it. I ain't knocking it. Just stop complaining about these type of dudes. And they on social media, they looking for ass, and you giving it to them. Don't be mad.
But it's not only the ones shaking their ass this or act like that too, because you get a lot of women that'll see a nice guy and be going, and their first turnoff is the fact that the guy's too nice. You know how many times I heard women say that? Oh, he's nice, but you know where the butt come from? The butt comes from people like excitement. I like excitement. Right. You can still.
I like excitement.
What's wrong with being nice? You can still be exciting, but this is people who don't even know a person before they go, you know what? He's too nice. Before you even know what the person is about,
because they used to getting treated like shit. That's what the problem is. When you used to being disrespected disrespected, used to getting treated like shit. You used to the all images all over the TV, all over the radio, devaluing us as women. We think that that's common. And that's why you see the shift in the mentality of the Black women of today. Because Black women, I'm not saying all, so let me correct that. So don't come for me, but I'm saying a lot of the Black women are today. Like I posted it, I was like, it's sad. It's a lot of, my sisters is lost. But it's a lot of boss chicks out there doing their shit too. And big up to them. You know what I'm saying? Big up to the boss chicks out there. You can't hear that. Big up to the boss chicks out there doing their thing. It's women are really not trying. They doing it. They doing it. They out here.
Honestly, doing more. The big bosses out here nowadays are actually doing it more than the men.
Absolutely.
Actually, not for nothing. I might lose my man card for this, but they're doing it more. They're actually opening more business nowadays than the men.
I agree with that, but let me say something. A big shout out to Zoya, my friend Zoya. Me and her have a lot of conversations about this. Here's what we got to do too. And this is a conversation I'm going to have as a panel with Black women, right? You're right. Black women is doing it. But the one thing we have to do is we can't disrespect our Black men in the process while doing that. Because our Black men are going through some shit too. Just like we as Black women say, yo, Black man, you need to protect me. You understand what I'm saying? Black man, you need to protect me as a Black woman. We have to protect our Black men. And our job is not to come in and shit on them because they're going through a lot of struggles too. They're getting killed out here in these streets. We are too, but the Black man is under attack like a motherfucker. And it is not our job to add to that shit, okay? Our job is to be there, to be the backbone, to be supportive, and to uplift. That is what we're supposed to do. So one thing that Black women have to stop doing is coming in and shitting on these Black men, making them feel like they're less than, and we don't need you. Bullshit. I need my Black man. I don't give a shit. Y'all can say what you say. You can say what you want. I'ma still grind and hustle and do me. But at the same time, sometimes I just want to kick back and shit. You fix the shit in the house. I don't want to do that shit. I don't want to do that. I'm keeping it real. But some people might say I don't need a man. But that mentality is not good. That's how That's
bad for Black families.
Exactly.
That attitude is that is the biggest downfall of Black families. When people say. They look at each other and the Black man goes, I don't need a strong Black woman, and vice versa.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The car, I'm going back. He said positive hip hop will come back around the circle again. Though. I agree. I do believe that is definitely going to happen. He said Remy is a boss. Yep. Yes, absolutely.
Papoose too, because I'm going to give it to him.
Right.
Big shout out to Papoose, because it ain't too many Black men that would have held down a family while their girl was in jail.
Absolutely.
So we got to give that brother a shout out. Yep.
I love Remy and Papoose. Let me tell you, I don't, I see that they got stuff out. We got to support people like that more because the image that they put out there for us, you understand, is important because it's Black love. And people don't even know what that is no more. Yeah. People don't even know what Black love is now.
So I'm gonna tell you now, and not for nothing, you got Black men that won't hold a woman down doing a 9 to 5. She be going for 8 hours to this motherfucker all over town in her car. So you got to give that brother a lot of credit for 7 years holding down everything.
Yes, absolutely. That's so important, man. And that's what I'm saying. We going back to valuing ourselves first, us as Black women, and also valuing our Black men. It's so important that we do that because we so divided as a people already. You know what I mean? And then if you got a divided household too, that's a whole nother issue. Having a divided household is a whole nother issue that we have to deal with. That's why I'm talking about changing the way we think and changing the mentality that we have. We have to do that. So important. Let me get back on something that I wanted to discuss with independent artists. And I talked about it before, but I want to talk about it again. And not for nothing, it's not just independent artists that do this shit. It's industry artists that also do the same thing. Stop buying followers, y'all.
Yeah.
You have to understand why that's hurting you. When you purchase followers to try to make yourself look like you got mad people that's following you so you look important, First thing is you're only fooling yourself. That's number one. You're only fooling yourself because those are not potential fans or potential buyers for your business. They're not going to support you. And then you got to understand how social media works. Social media works like this. You post shit in Facebook and all these other places, they only pick about 20% or probably now even less of the people that's following you and on your friends list that see your posts. When you post that stuff, other people don't see it. The reason that they do that is because they want you to purchase. What do they call it? Campaigns?
Campaigns, yep.
They want you to promote, those campaigns, those boosters that pop up. They want you to do that so that they can make money. This is how these platforms make money. So with that being said, when you purchase fake followers, okay, all you're doing is targeting fake people. So Facebook or Instagram or whoever, they might pick all the fake motherfuckers that's not even real followers, and they might show them your content, and all the potential real fans and real supporters and real customers don't even get to see your stuff. So this is why buying those followers is not good to do. And again, you people do that shit and they only really fooling themselves. A lot of people, like I said, they're attention seekers. They're thirsty and desperate for attention. So they'll do anything just to get their numbers up. They live off of that shit. Live off of that.
Not for nothing. I look at my timeline on my Facebook and I'll see the same post all day long. It got to the point where I'm like, I don't even look at my Facebook no more.
Yeah, the shit is crazy.
I don't even see your posting. We live in the same damn house. If you don't tell me you posted something, I won't even know.
Exactly. I don't see your posts either. And that's what I'm saying. They don't even, you got to know how these motherfuckers is giving it up, because the way they work is their job is to get as much money from us as possible. And that's it. But my whole point is, I just want to tell people, look, don't let that make you lose sight of your craft and what you're doing. Because what happens is you get so caught up in the numbers that you start to lose the love for what you're doing, because you're so worried about how many people seen it and how many people like it. So worried about that you don't now your whole focus is in your energy is going towards that. And you got to remember something. Most of the people that's looking and liking your shit, they don't even like you. So they're not even real followers. What?
Follow us on Instagram.
You said speaking of that, facts.
Follow us on Instagram.
Listen, they don't even fucking like you like that, right? So that's the thing. Like, some people think, oh, everybody's looking. Let me tell you what happened. You got some people that's on there that's just fucking looking because they bored and they just scrolling through. So that's how you got your views. You got some real people that really follow you and like you and they want to support you, right? Mm-hmm. You got some people that hate you and they just want to see what you're doing, to be up in your business. You got some people that want to see what you're doing because they want to copy what you're doing, right? It's so many different different ways that you can fuck the whole word up. So many different ways on how you can how you get your numbers that it don't even matter. Like, these people don't give a shit, okay? Some of these people don't give a damn. They just looking to see, let me see what you're doing. Let me see what you're talking about. Let me see how you did this. Let me see this, that, and the third. And they're not real fans. They're not real supporters. You got more haters that'll look at your shit than anything else. And you can't get it confused and take that to be your success. That is not your success. And that's why I started off this show with the pictures. Your numbers totally don't make you successful unless these people are totally supporting you and they're buying your music. And taking a picture with somebody don't make you famous either. So don't get out of that shit right there. That shit right there is bullshit. And I hate it because I'm seeing that shit affect a lot of great artists where it's actually diminishing the love that they have for their craft because they're so caught up in society and they don't even know they're getting played right now. They getting fucking played like a motherfucker. Sipping on my wine real quick.
Yeah, it's this whole industry is the shot to shit anyway. The whole social media thing, it's a gimmick.
Not for nothing. A lot of times, and this is another thing too that I want to put out there. I had to come to terms with this myself. A lot of times people think just because you know somebody that's in the game, that's going to help you. That shit don't help you either. Let me tell you why. The reason it don't help you is because some of them are under somebody else. Like they work, you know what I'm saying? It's like going to fucking 105.1 and asking one of them to play your music. Yo, they got a list. They ain't running shit. They're workers. You understand? And that's and this is not disrespecting nobody, but I'm just saying, when you think about Joe Buttons, right? Him and Charlamagne was going back and forth. Joe Buttons was saying, yo, my fight is different.
Right.
Like, I own my shit. You understand? It's a different way of thinking. It's a different mentality versus somebody who's working for somebody. Now, you got the fame because that people get caught up in that shit. You got the fame. You got everybody listening, everybody watching. But do you own that shit? You don't own it. But Joe Buttons is like, yo, fuck that. Like, I own my own shit. My fight is different. My whole vibe is different. It's different. And that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, it's about ownership. Some of these people that y'all think is that are in the industry, they can't help you because they can't help themselves. Some of these artists are broke. Okay? Some of these artists are broke. So it don't matter. Like, you think that like yo, they got the plug. Who the plug? Who the plug? What they doing? You know what I'm saying? I know industry people. They can't help me.
Yeah.
I don't want to be disrespectful. You know what I mean? I'm just saying they can't help me. I know they can't. And I ain't mad. Shit, they're trying to help themselves. They still trying to eat too. You think that these artists is out here and they, you know, just because it's you know what it's like? It's like the street, the block. You ever see somebody? They got everybody on the block, right? Know them. They so famous in the hood and they got all the street fucking cred, right? Everybody know them on the block, but they don't own shit. They fighting over a block that they don't have a deed to. You know what I mean? Some of them still living in the motherfucking projects. And I'm not being disrespectful when I say this because I don't want people to get upset. But I'm saying some people live in the projects, they got Section 8, but they fighting over the block that they don't fucking own. You know, if you're going to have Section 8, use that shit as a stepping stone so that you can save up your fucking money. If you getting money on the side, save that shit up so that you can now purchase something and you can own it. If you're going to get on the system, use the motherfucker to your advantage to level up. Don't stay stuck on there and get content and get comfortable with just being somebody waiting for a stimulus check because that shit ain't going to help you. And that's why it's important for us to grind. You know, I even got comfortable at one point, you know, where I'm at now and here where we live. Just because we in a middle class, okay, house, right? But I got comfortable and I lost my fight. My fight of when I was at one point moving from place to place, getting my clothes out of bags and, you know, sleeping on people's couches and shit. That's when I was grinding. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, oh, shit, okay. And I had Section 8 at one point. And I said, I'm going to take this. Oh, shit, I got Section 8. Okay, boom. Let me make sure my credit is good. Let me stack up my money. Let me do what I got to do so I could go buy a house. Because I've been on this shit since I was a teenager. Because I already knew I didn't want to be in a situation where I didn't have no, being stable in one place and having somebody be able to tell me I got to get out. Now, not for nothing, even though this is off topic, but getting out, you could still be told to get out if you don't pay your motherfucking mortgage, right? That's a whole nother story. You know, that's a whole nother story. You quiet as fuck.
Well, I'm letting you go in. You doing what you're doing what you're supposed to do. And shit. Not for nothing. You know, we can go back to the people that out here, you know, dying on these blocks. You know, I'm gonna say, and this is just my opinion on it. When we say having these people, it starts at home. It really does.
Absolutely.
Educating your children, because you know, I mean, when we see a lot of these kids, I seen a video the other day about a little 12-year-old that he's 12 years old and he's about to do 7 years in a juvenile detention for shooting a 1-year-old, and he's been in jail. He's been in trouble since he was a bit like a little 8-year, 9-year-old, and it's because he's hanging out on the block with adults who are not leading him. And when we say it, when we looking at it, you know, it's not for nothing. That's adult fault. It's always been the adult's fault.
Right.
Because a lot of times it's parents that I'm not one of those parents, but you have a lot of these parents out here that be like, that's not my child out there, and I got to get away from this block. But they never went out the block to see it that maybe it is their child.
What was that noise?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you didn't hear that?
Yeah, I heard it like a squeaking noise, right?
Yeah, what the hell was that? I don't know what the hell that was. Ooh,
Anyway.
And then the light got darker. I guess
Yeah.
that means wrap
Time to
this
go.
shit up.
yeah, shut the fuck up.
Yes, Shaki, stability, absolutely.
Yeah, it starts. A lot of it starts at home, and we got to
It sure
change.
do.
We got to change the mentality of home.
Absolutely.
And it goes back to what you're saying about both a man and a woman uplifting each other in the home, so that we can and stop getting out of I don't need the other to make the home work. But
Absolutely.
unfortunately, that was how you say that was what our people were raised on, that we don't need the other person to make it.
Yes.
And we got to get out that slave mentality, because
We
that
do.
still is.
That mentality is to keep broken households, especially with our people. Okay, I don't need a man. I can do it by myself. Blah blah blah. And nobody's saying that you have to need a man. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, that way of thinking, it gets transferred down generations to generations. Of I don't need you. I could do this on my own. But you needed them to. Especially if you got kids with somebody. So how you needed them then? You know what I'm saying? And maybe you need the child support, whatever the case may be.
That's a whole different topic there.
Yo.
Oh, we want to get into that.
I'm just saying that at the ending, Shaki said teamwork makes the dream work.
Yep.
Absolutely. We got to get out of that way of thinking. For me, I would never say stay in a place where you're being abused, right? If you're being abused, no, you shouldn't stay in a relationship like that. If you're being verbally or abused, that's another thing too. If you're being cheated on, that person could bring you back a disease, right? So you got to worry about shit like that as well too. So nobody's saying to stay in a situation that is no good for you. But we're so quick to be like, yo, I mean, we're leaving for any little thing that we don't understand what it's like to have long-term marriages no more. You know, our parents or maybe not parents, maybe great-grandparents, they stuck around to keep the family together, right? So the big mamas knew how to keep the family together. And now this whole generation, we don't even know what family is. I mean, how often have you guys sat down at the dinner table with your whole family and just ate and laughed and come together? Do you sit together on Sunday dinners?
Without your phones.
Right. Do you eat together? Like, as a family, like all of this shit is important. I love when I scroll through social media and I see like families come together and I see like people. I watch it because I love it. Like I genuinely love that.
I got
love
another
to
thing.
see that.
All right. Here's another thing. Ladies, stop listening to these famous girls tell y'all what y'all need for your relationship. And I'm gonna give y'all an example. What's the girl, Swati or whatever her name is? Sweetie, or I don't know what I can't pronounce it. But she's the one that was going around telling women, if your man can't buy you a Birkin bag, get rid of him.
Oh, well, Cardi B gave her the business. I did see that. Big shout out to Cardi B for that. Listen, I know Cardi B be having her shit with her, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna tell you, sometimes when you listen to her, just listen to her when she's in a calm state. She be really keeping it so real, and she be really saying a lot of shit that makes a lot of sense. I wish we should have put that video up, but she addressed that shit, and she was like, "Yo, first of all, they try to put all the female rappers, and she was one of them, talking about, which one of them could really buy a Birkin bag, and is they Birkin bag real, and something else about they're making the value of the Birkin bag go down." And Cardi B was like, "Yo, first of all, and she's right, because we spoke about this before. Rappers make the value of shit go up.
Right.
That's why we got to stop doing so much free promotion for these people. Soon as a rapper say some shit, because rap music and this whole culture influenced the world. You understand? So when people say, they try to say they made the value go down, she was like, yo, we make the value go up. She was like, she spoke about certain shit, and their value, certain things skyrocket. And she said, not for nothing, y'all putting us in a category, and you're questioning if our bags is real, if we got fake bags, but you'll never say that shit to a white lady walking down the street. And I'm gonna tell y'all the fuck right now, because I don't give a shit. I have bought fake ass bags back in the day. I used to sell them bitches. I used to go right down to Canal Street and pick up a whole bunch of bags, fake ass bags, and I would sell them motherfuckers, okay? And let me tell you something. Guess what? Guess who was standing right beside me? A bunch of white ladies.
Yep.
So don't get it twisted. They out there too doing the same shit on the come up, trying to make some money, or even sporting that shit like it's real. Now, yes, do I have real shit? I do. It ain't to say it to try to say, oh, I got real shit. I'm just telling you, I've spent money on real fucking bags, Gucci shit, red bottoms, all of that stuff from Neiman Marcus and freaking Woodbury Commons and all of that stuff, right? So I got the real shit, but I ain't gonna sit here and tell you I ain't have no fake shit. I damn sure did at some points have some fake shit and was selling the shit too. And like I'm saying, it was white ladies out there buying it as well. So stop thinking that and putting black women down, making it look like it's only black women that do that shit. Everybody do that shit. I know Asian people that do that shit. Matter of fact, they the ones that sell it. So you don't think they're gonna walk around with the fake shit too? So stop it.
Not for nothing, and I'm back to give a credit to Cardi B because she did say something that makes sense though. When she got a good deal, when she mentioned Balenciaga or whatever it's called, she mentioned them, and she's now she got a line with them, you know. So sometimes mentioning their stuff in your song does help because she got a deal with them. But yeah, you got these. It's a lot of these famous girls who are brainwashed to think that a man, you famous and you got a man who got a lot of money. So
Absolutely.
Now you got these women out here who know their man is only making McDonald's and they want a $40,000 bag. If your man is only worth, you can't expect a $40,000 bag out of him. You know, and they're listening to these girls who's giving them the wrong message, and then they're wondering why their home is fucked up, and that girl who sent her that message is doing good.
Yep, that's some bullshit.
You got to be careful who you take advice from.
Absolutely. Big shout out to Team Chemistry. She said, I do Sunday dinners and game night with my family. That's what I'm talking about, Team Chemistry. That's what's up, girl. That's important. And I do that as well, too. Oh, big shout. Who is this calling me? Pastor from Crown Heights. Shout out to the pastor from Crown Heights. I can't answer your call right now, but big shout out to him from Brooklyn. Listen, as I was saying, that's so important, Team Chemistry. I was trying to do that with my family, and when I say with my family, I'm talking about outside of that. But it's difficult sometimes when you have a lot of people that don't talk to each other. Like my family is so totally broken apart, and we don't barely speak. And that's why I always enforce with my kids in my household that we got to be a certain way. Kiss each other before we leave. Tell each other we love you before we leave. Show affection. Sit down. Let's do things as a family. Let's sit down and eat together. When I'm busy, and I'll be like, damn, I don't have no time. Like, yo, all of us, let's come together in the living room and let's all sleep together here because we're together. It brings that feeling back in the day. What's that ghost face of Wu-Tang to something in the bed, two at the front, two at the feet, two at the head, right? And y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? The real hip hoppers know what I'm talking about. That Wu-Tang joint, two at the feet, two at the head, or Ghostface. Who said it? Was it Ghostface? Who said it, y'all? One of them from Wu-Tang, right? But that feeling, right? We always want the big houses. We want all of this stuff is nice. But I love the family structure. I love the family that come together and just have fun. I don't care if we argue sometimes, but we still together. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm talking about. Like with my family, it's more about my household because my family's totally broken apart. I got siblings that we don't even speak. You know what I mean? It's sad, but it's reality. And I had to learn that, you know what? You got to move on and you got to live life. If it's like that, then so be it. My heart goes out to everybody. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit there and allow anybody to disrespect me, treat me any old kind of way, and show me that I don't mean shit to them just because they got a title with that name. I don't give a damn. My family is in this household first. Now, everybody else outside of this household, yes, I can love you, but you got to show me that you love me too. And if you don't, then oh well, I got mines right here. And not to sound fucked up, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Let me just say, rest in peace, because I wanted to say this to Jamie Foxx's sister. I don't know if y'all know, his sister had Down syndrome and she died. Deandra Dixon, I believe her name was, and she was 36 years old. Jamie Foxx's sister died today, so rest in peace to her. Very, very sad. Again, we losing people that's left and right on a regular basis. And this is why we got to love one another. We got to show love. Like, shit, we go through it. You know what I mean? We might do the red table talk on this show, but it's important because at the end of the day, even with my shit and my drama, I got to bring myself back and say, hold up. Family first, right? Family first. It's important to be this way and to do that and to come across a certain way, because at the end of the day, people could be going just like that. And you lost that opportunity to show that how much you love that person. A lot of times we take time and people for granted, and that's not cool. It's not cool. We cannot take time and we cannot take people for granted. I know I've been talking. I don't know how long, but y'all know I can fucking talk. I don't give a shit. I'm just saying.
But not for nothing, and I hate to say it, but that's how I think it stopped, and I'm gonna tell you, I think it stopped a long time ago. I hate to say it, it stopped with our grandparents, because I remember my great grandparents, they were together till one of them died. So, I feel it's something we have to change is our people to start having our kids, because we got into this idea that having, especially us men, because I grew up, it was like, yeah, have a girl there, have a girl there, have a girl there, have a girl there. She get pregnant, I'll get pregnant, that's it,
That's why we got a lot of siblings that don't even know they siblings in the street. Yep. That's another issue with black people. I don't want to say, it's probably like that with other cultures.
All the cultures.
But, I'm going to speak from a perspective of what I know from my people, and not only just what I know. And I'm not going to say that, but I'm just going to say.
They don't give a damn about ours.
You funny. But listen, I met one of my brothers when I was pregnant with my daughter. I was like 20, right? So why? No disrespect to my dad, but I'm just saying, like, he ain't tell us. I knew that I had other siblings, but he ain't tell us. Like, people, they do their thing. They do their little, Papa was a rolling stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home, right? So they do all of that, and people still living like that today. But the problem with that is, but the problem with that is, they so secretive that now these siblings don't even know that they got another brother and sister, and they could be living right down the street from them, right? And people want to keep quiet. But the sad part about that is, when you don't know who your brother and sister is, you can end up fucking with them like that. See,
or your kids like be messing around with each other,
Right. The kids be messing around with their first cousin. Like, yo, for real, you got to stop that. Like, these things, these are other issues that need to be fixed. It's so many issues that we have.
Not for nothing, I'm going to say something. We got the, you kind of talked me into the ancestry thing, and I ended up finding family members.
Right, absolutely.
Real life, close family members that I didn't know about. We find it, so I now I appreciate that kind of stuff. I was like, at first I was like, I ain't gonna do that.
You didn't want to do it. But they said, some of them said that shit wasn't even legit. But it is legit to some point.
Yeah, because I've actually found real life, reaching back my family. Oh yeah, that's a cousin. Like, what?
Right. So he's living proof to say that it is some truth to that ancestry stuff. I think I bought you that for Christmas.
Yeah, and I didn't want it. Yeah,
you didn't want it. It's like, I ain't doing that shit. But it was just something to do or whatever. And I did it too. And I found some of my family members also. But again, like for some reason, my family members are so secretive on both sides.
Yeah, that's my family too. We got a lot of
so, and the sad part about it is, and this is not disrespecting my family or putting my business out there, but we got to talk about these things, and we can't be afraid to talk about it, because we need to find solutions and healing, right? But there's a lot of family members who a lot of people gave their kids up to other people to raise their kids. So they don't even know who their real mom is. Like, when I was doing our family, I was planning a family reunion. It was so many people that was like, well, this is your real mom. Well, this person is the real mom. This one is the one who raised you, but this is not your actual biological. And I was just like, I was so exhausted when I was done. And then it turned into a big beef. The shit didn't even happen. It was so sad. But what I was trying to do was allow the generation after us to know who their family was. Because the problem is, we're growing up so separated now. Today's time, people be in their feelings, right? They so stuck in, I'm not talking to this one because their ego getting away.
Emotional.
They so emotional, their ego getting away. They don't want to really tell you, like, yo, I'm sorry, whatever. Or we ain't talking about, let the kids come together and play because they need to know who their family is. And then they wonder why people are so depressed. They wonder why suicide is so high. They wonder why all these things are happening, because I don't care who you think you are. You need your family. You need somebody. So you might have some people that's loners or whatever. And I get that. What they call introverts? Introverts, whatever. But you know, you got some people that's to themselves, but you still need that interaction. You still need to vibe out with people. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing where, especially, and I always go back to Black families because that's, you know, I talk about that. We get so caught up in our own feelings about how we feel and our beef with somebody that we put that on our kids, right? And now your kids ain't talking to their cousins because of some elderly beef.
Yep.
Another thing that separates us as a families, especially Black families. Big shout out to King Chemistry.
Yeah, that wine is getting to you.
Yeah, girl, you know, I'm sipping on this emo wine. But because she said the best way to learn and to find out what's going on with the family, right? And I was trying to read that back to what it was said, but I forgot, y'all. I don't know what that comment was too, but I know you had said that. But yeah, it's important that we, and I know I know you put in this post that we were going to be talking about, and we did talk about the independent artist stuff.
Yeah,
but we kind of got off.
We speaking about family, and we've been in here about an hour and a half, and we got to get to our son.
Oh, okay, so that's time to go, y'all.
Yep.
Our son need us. They say it's time to go, okay? But absolutely, he probably up there playing video games. I don't know about y'all, but we be struggling. Big shout out to all the parents out there that's at home holding it down with their kids. Because I got this one thing to say because this is so important. Okay, I'm going to talk about homeschool real quick. Homeschooling is extremely important, but it's so hard. I'm going to tell y'all like this. I was in here bugging, right? I was like, I can't do this shit because our son is giving us the business. He is giving us the business to the point where I was like, fuck this. Let's just send him back to school, right? Even in an environment with this whole coronavirus, because we couldn't get a hold of getting him in check. You know, like he going through that phase. He going through puberty. His mouth is getting a little bit off the charts. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta check him.
And he's not being, you know, like any kid, he probably bored, and the structure it's hard to keep that structure, especially when, you know, we got other things to do. We working, we taking care of other stuff. He's a little older, but we got to stay on top of him because he's getting bored with school. But I'm gonna tell y'all the first mistake that I made, and I want to talk to parents out there. If you come across this video, or if anybody see this part, scroll to this part, because I got a message for families, especially Black parents out there. Okay, we talk about the school system and how we not really feeling it. We talk about how they teach bullshit in school and they don't teach Black history. We talk about how they keep celebrating Columbus Day and he didn't discover Columbus. We talk about how they don't really respect us as a people and our kids, and we sending our kids to our oppressor school.
Mm-hmm.
You move your head. We sending our kids to be taught by our oppressors and all of that other shit. But the minute that shit get hectic and hard, I can't speak for everybody because not saying that some people said this. We want to quickly send our kids back to them. I'm gonna ride this bitch out.
Yep.
I'm gonna ride this bitch out because see, I'm one of the. I can't. Maybe you didn't, and I'm not talking to you. I'm talking for myself. I'm speaking to me. I was one of them people that was like, yo. My kid going to school, they ain't teaching my kid about Black people shit. They ain't teaching my kid about real Black history. What's the stuff they teach? Martin Luther King,
yep,
right. The same shit over and over. Harriet Tubman, right? They don't talk about Malcolm X. They don't talk about the person who fought back. They like to talk about the person who turned the other cheek. And that's no disrespect. I get what each individual stood for, right? But they love to talk about people who submitted to them and don't want to fight back. That's why they gave us their white Jesus. But I ain't gonna go there right now. Okay, but I'm just trying to tell you, when I thought about all that shit, I said, hold up, wait a minute. What's good? DJ Dre 2 times from Time to Grind Radio. I see you, baby boy. What's poppin'? Yo, DJ Dre, you know I'm going to have to come back to Time to Grind for one day just for us to do a little something together. But yo, check this out. I'm talking about right now, us as parents, sending our kids back to the school system that we complained about because we don't want to take the time We get too fucking frustrated, right? We get too frustrated with our kids. And it's like, yo, all right, we frustrated with our kids. And it's too much for us. We want to quickly pass them back off. But that's the problem. We got to put in that work. This shit ain't no easy job. Like, I'm telling y'all, like I said, I'm writing this shit out. Our son is giving us the business. He's giving us a hard time. I love my son. Love him to death. But he's giving us a difficult time. But at the same time, I'm like, nope. Ain't no way in hell that I'm going to be like, oh, I give up. Let's just send him back there. That's what they want. They want us to feel like we can't fucking do it. Yep. They want us to feel like we need them. And I'm not saying this is no disrespect to the teachers that's working and putting their time in. And I'm not trying to disrespect them. I'm sure that they're doing the best that they can do, right? I'm sure they're doing the best that they can do. But I'm telling y'all, for me,
fuck that school system.
No, I'm not going to disrespect the school system.
No,
because there might be some people in there. I'm just telling you how I think. Right. And I got to bring myself back to reality and say, yo, ain't no way in hell I'm going to sit here and talk all that shit about teaching Black history, about our oppressors. And we as Black people are the only people that send our kids to a school where they being taught by the descendants of our oppressors. The Jews don't do that shit. They got their own schools. They use the blueprint of the Black Wall Street. And we not even using that shit as a people. You understand? They use the blueprint. Everything that they doing, Black people did that shit before we had all this integration shit. The shit that we fought for, and I'm getting off topic, but I'm sorry, because this is what I do. The shit that we was fighting for before us got us in a fucking world of shit. You wanted that integration, you got it. Now look, because they ain't really bring us in to integrate with them so that we can level the fuck up. They brought us in on some shit that was benefiting them. It was a business deal. Right.
It's a business deal.
It's a business deal. So at the end of the day, when you think, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Shaki said, keep going. Yo, Shy, I'm just saying, sometimes I get hyped, but I know he ready to go. I could go all night because I be having a whole lot of shit to talk about. But sometimes I come on here because I want to expose people. When I say expose, I want to promote other artists, independent artists that's out there, because that's what this platform is also about. But sometimes I be having a lot of shit to get off my chest. So when we finally go live and ain't nobody here, shit, I want to talk about it. But my main thing is that I'm just trying to tell the Black parents out there, don't give up.
Yep.
Keep fighting. Keep fighting. Do not give up on your kids, y'all. I know it's hard, but our ancestors had it way harder than us. You mean to tell me you can't deal with some kids at your own damn kids at your house that you ready to just say, hey, let them go back? And I understand for some people it might be too much, right? And I get it. Some people might have 2-3 kids, younger kids. I get that. They might be, it might be too much for them. I can understand why somebody might be like, yo, I got to send my kids back. This is too much for me, right? I get that part. So I'm not shitting or talking about anybody in that situation. I'm talking about people who where it is manageable, but you're just running out of patience and you want to be so quick to pass them off to them. And they go to school and they being taught, like I have a Black son. What can a white lady teach my Black son? No disrespect to the white people out there, but I'm a Black woman and I'm gonna speak my shit. I'm not sugarcoating it. How can my son relate to a white woman? What you gonna teach my son? How to submit to you? How to, you know what I'm saying? Are you gonna tell him to walk with your head high because you a Black man and then this and that? No, you're not teaching him that. You're gonna tell him he was a slave and that's where he come from. You understand what I'm saying? So my thing is, my daughter, she already on that level. My daughter, I gotta get her on the show. She be putting me on the shit. You understand? My daughter, she studied Black studies. That was another thing that she studied in college. So she's already on the level of, she was out there fighting. She was out there not physically fighting, but I'm saying at her college, she was doing a lot of stuff that was involved with a lot of Black things. And she was standing up for a lot of Black stuff. So I respect and appreciate her for that. But I'm telling y'all, for me as a mother, and I know, I'm going along with it, but I just want to say, if you are a mother at home and you feel, and even if you by yourself, just think about the people that was here before us, okay? Think about the ones that was fighting for us to be able to be in this position that we are in right now. Because none of this shit would be possible if our ancestors wasn't dying for us to be able to be here. Their fight was different than our fight right now. I talk about that shit all the time. Our fight is different. Their fight was different. You understand? We have a different fight, but we so weak. We can't fucking then. It is different. They were fighting for certain shit that we don't have to fight for now, but we fighting for other stuff on a different level, right? They were fighting for, yo, let me be able to eat in your restaurant. Let me ride in the front of your bus. But see, I'm gonna be honest. Fuck your bus. Why we can't have our own bus?
We don't. That's why I say our fight is different. I don't know.
I'm about to get hyped. I don't know. We better in this show. But the shit get real. Y'all go.
Oh shit.
Sorry, go ahead.
We don't have to fight to be in their restaurants no more. We got to start fighting to open our own restaurants.
Well, black people got restaurants, right?
Right.
It's
but I'm
not
saying
that black people don't have.
I didn't say they didn't. I'm saying we have to fight for our own. It's because you in our own neighborhoods, it's not that many black restaurants.
Right.
You know, when we unfortunately with integration,
I don't think that shit worked out for us.
No, it didn't. We were moved out of our businesses were moved out of our neighborhoods, and everybody else moved in. Everybody else's business moved
gentrification,
in.
right?
No, gentrification is when the white people moved in. You know, but what happened is
that's what I'm talking about.
Right. No, I'm talking now. Before gentrification, black people didn't own the businesses in their neighborhood. Even now.
So,
you know, when you look at like, I'll use Harlem for an example. Man, when we were talking about that recently, you know, back in the day when you like in the early 80s, the late 80s, early 90s, you could go down to Harlem and it was all the tables out on the street, black owned, you know, some stores, you know, people were selling their stuff out on the street. Gentrification started. They started moving those people, and before you know it, it was a lot of them black businesses that were out there got closed so that they can open up stores like Starbucks, you know, Neiman Marcus, it was Macy's and all that shit down on 125th, and that's the stuff that's been happening in our black neighborhoods before with 125th.
Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely,
and not for nothing, I hate, you know.
I miss those days in Harlem. I'm not from Harlem, but I was always out there.
I remember the stores where you wanted to get vegetables, you had to get them from the Chinese guy, you know? If you wanted to get your laundry done, it was done with the Chinese people. You wanted to go to you went to the store, it was either owned by some form of a Hispanic or a Muslim. But it was I can say throughout my whole life growing up in the Bronx, I didn't walk into one store that was owned by a black person.
Well, you know, I think that's the problem that we have today still, because a lot of us, we tend to complain. Like, big shout out to Tyrone Muhammad from Chicago. I'm going to have him on the show again. He's a black man that be out there fighting for our people and for the black women. And he be shutting shop down when they don't respect our people, right? I was like, yo, we need a Tyrone in all neighborhoods in all cities, okay? But the thing is, I gotta have him on the show. I interview him on Talk That Talk, but I want to have him here on From the Ground Up. The problem with this is, first of all, when you talk about Harlem, like, I miss how Harlem used to be. I miss how, like, I'm from Philly, right? Originally from Philly. When I moved from Philly, I moved to Rockland County in Spring Valley. When I moved there, right, it's still like Rockland, but I didn't feel totally connected, right? Because I felt like I was missing something as far as the culture. When I went to Harlem, I was like, yo, I feel that culture again. Harlem had that culture. You know what I mean? It was like, that's black culture right there. Just like how hip hop is culture. When you went to Harlem, you felt that shit. You know what I mean? And like, it's a shame that we don't have that no more, but that's black people's fault. That's black people's fault. See, you allow people to come into your neighborhoods and take over shit. You don't support the other black neighborhoods because you look for reasons to try to say there's something wrong with them, is this and that and the third, but you give your dollar to another person that don't look like you, even if they disrespect you, don't value you, and don't put back into the black community. Don't get me wrong. Some black businesses need to get their shit together.
Yes, they do.
We are not going to make no excuses for that shit. And I be damned. We're going to talk about it. And when that's a whole nother show. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, sometimes it's okay to give you give a pass. You give a pass all day. If you're wearing Gucci, you gave a pass. I give a pass. Sometimes I got Gucci shit upstairs. I stop wearing it, but sometimes I be like, fuck it, because I bought the shit. You know what I mean? We can't. Sometimes people talk about stuff like, yo, oh, I'm not doing this and I'm not doing that. But guess what? If you don't want to wear that shit, throw the whole country away. This whole motherfucking country is racist. And where we get our food from is coming from our oppressors. If you don't supply your own food and you don't supply your own water and you don't have no control over that shit, guess what? You supporting your oppressor, somebody who don't like you. So before you start talking that shit and trying to judge somebody from one thing that they doing, throw the whole country away, B. Word up. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I'm sorry. Throw the whole country. You can't say it? Well,
I was willing to die for this country, kid.
I understand that. No disrespect. Shout out to the veterans and shout out to those who's there. But what I'm speaking on is from a level of individuals who like to come at people who have like, oh, you're wearing this or you're doing that. Don't get me wrong. I believe in and I'm gonna do a show repping a lot of. If you're a black business, hit me up or send me your shirt. I'm about to do a show that represents black businesses that I know, giving a shout out to them and showing my love to the black businesses that I know, right? But at the same time, we as a people, we tend to. Well, I don't want to say everybody tend to be we support or don't support our own people. That's what I should say. I'm getting twisted. I know it's time to go because I'm getting but a lot of times we will not support our own people and then wonder why they did not succeed or why they may have failed. He said, we are not re-looping that shit. We gonna keep it. I see what you did. Don't think I don't see what you did. He ain't re-looping the background music. He said, fuck that, it's time to go. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, and we're gonna read some comments. I'm gonna say this last thing and we're gonna get up out of here. But when we talk about the black businesses and stuff like that, we got people that come into our neighborhoods. We got people who don't put money back into our neighborhoods. Like for me, I'm not saying that I can't really talk and say I don't support other people that's not black. I do, right? Like I don't go to the Asians to get my nails done. I do my nails myself. I do my feet myself. But guess what? When I'm buying wigs and shit, I don't know it might be Asians that's giving me that shit. I could say I'm not going into the Asian store and go online and buy a wig with who I got it from. I could be like, I'm not supporting these businesses and then go to ShopRite. Who owns that shit? I could say, fuck ShopRite. I'm not going there no more. And I'm going straight to the farm. Who owns the farm?
They're black farms now.
I know that there's black farms, but that's the thing. Maybe we should do a show on that. Yeah. How do we find all these black businesses? Because we talk all that shit about supporting black businesses, but we run right to all these stores and the stuff that we need to live, to survive is not black. It's not coming from black people.
Because it was made for convenience. And when you don't own, unfortunately, our people don't own enough to where we could say, hey, it's convenient for us to do it. And that's what we got to do. No, I didn't say we don't own enough, close enough to us to where it's convenient.
Right.
If we want to,
big shout out to Tanya. She about to open up a new shop over here in Middletown. I'm gonna make sure I shout her business out when she opens it.
When you want something to eat, if you want to go shopping, unfortunately for us in this neighborhood, there are no black supermarkets.
There are no black supermarkets. I wanted to open up a Trader Joe's, right? But then they don't do what is that called? Franchise, right? So then I started thinking of Whole Foods because we have to do that. I mean, at the end of the day, we're living in a time where it's coronavirus and people are dying. Your health got to be up. They're trying to sell you medication instead of telling you to get your immune system up and eat right and exercise, right? So you got all these things that's going on, and the shit is just crazy.
Unfortunately, that's not the, and I'm gonna say that they're not doing that to just black people. They're doing that shit to everybody now. And I look at this country now as there are the racists. We're not gonna knock that this country don't have racists, but now this is about rich and poor.
It is definitely about rich and poor. You're absolutely right. Some of these rich people, they don't give a shit if you're white or black. Just like Donald Trump. Some people think that he's all. I don't know if Donald Trump probably be rolling with the racists, but he about money. If you're white and poor, he don't give a shit about you either. So it's about money. Let me just read some of these comments. Michelle, Team Chemistry said, it's less than 20% black businesses in Harlem. That breaks my heart to hear that. Okay. Less than 20% of black businesses in Harlem. My thing is, how do we change that? How do we change that?
The rent is too damn high.
Yeah, and that's another thing that like that guy that was running, rent is too damn high. That's another thing.
We don't own enough of the buildings to own that.
But when they were giving out brownstones for $1, what was we buying?
Shit.
That's why I'm saying. That's why we have to change our mentality in the way we think. Okay, it is important to change the way we think and the way we move. We have to find value in ourselves and in our people. We have to find value in, if you make a shirt, somebody's going to think that the shirt ain't dope enough because it don't say Gucci. I got to tell y'all, I could go outside and rock some fly shit and it be looking dope. I could go outside and rock some mediocre shit, and no disrespect to my people, I love y'all. But if a shit got the Gucci on it, oh my God, that shit is so nice. Oh girl, you look so nice. And I'll be like, damn, it's nice, thank you. But I'm deep down inside, it hurts me. I ain't gonna lie, I be like, damn, this is yo, it's so amazing how a person thinks and how the brains of people work, where that's the only way they see value. They get excited over that shit. That shit is some real branding. And Gucci, well, they got the Pan-African colors and all that shit. And if you wear some red, black, and green, somebody think it's Gucci and they'll say it's fake when that shit is Pan-African colors. Like, come on, man, that shit is crazy. King Charlie Prince said, even if we own the businesses, they don't do the building. We operate the business. We operate the business from. I'm trying to understand that.
Well, he's saying, even though we may own the business, we may own the business, but we don't own the building that the business is being operated from.
Right. Exactly. So that's another thing. Get into real estate. My thing is, check this out. How many of y'all got money? If I said right now, which I'm willing to do, if I said right now, let's get a bunch of black people together, let's go and look for some buildings in the area and houses or abandoned block, and let's all of us chip in and let's all go buy it. How many people going to be down? I can tell you right now, I'm ready to do that shit right now. But how many black people is going to be willing to do it?
And wait. And that's the issue, to wait for the money to start coming in before they start asking for where their cut is at, because that's where a lot of the issue is.
That's not only where the issue is. That's a part of the issue, but the other part of the issue is trust.
Yep.
Who's doing this? Who's holding the money? See, because we don't even trust each other. Who's holding the money? Who got this? Who's doing that? Then they start, all these different things start going on in the mindset of people. That they don't even trust their own. They can't even do business because they don't even trust their own fucking people. It's so hard. It's so fucking sad.
You guys, speaking of that, you got to give a big shout out to Rick Ross. He spent $1 million on 87 acres of land in Georgia so that he could start building black businesses on.
Nice. Let's do that.
Black neighborhoods, to start getting black neighborhoods in there.
I gotta tell y'all right now, black people in New York, we gotta get our shit together.
Yep, we gotta
everybody want to go to Atlanta. You know why? Because up here, y'all not willing to work together. Even when I go to the city, when Boyce Watkins came to New York and he was in Harlem at the Malcolm X spot, right? I was like, where all the black people at? You got a black brother over here that's really about uplifting his people. And it wasn't that many people here. But when he went to all them other cities, Chicago, Georgia, all that, he was sold out. It was packed. It was packed. Up here, up north, black people need to get it together. We don't have it together. We so far behind when it comes to black businesses. We think we got to always move to Georgia, where they call it the new black Hollywood. That it's because we can't get our shit together up here, because we can't do it together as a people. Let me go ahead. Michelle, Team Chemistry, says she's seen the bus in Harlem riding through. I'm trying to figure out what bus. Just tell us what bus you're talking about, because I know we probably going back. King Charlie Prince said, let me go to, he said, so true. My uncle had a successful soul food business, and the owner of the business didn't want to fix anything but wanted the rent money. Ain't that some shit?
That was Shaki who said that.
Oh, that was Shaki?
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, shit. That's why. That's that CBD, baby. I'm feeling good. But anyway, yes.
Team Chemistry said another grandmother had a brownstone for $1. The catch was they wasn't giving them the loans to fix the buildings, which they only gave them 2 years, or they was going to take it back. That's that bullshit. That's that red line that they, what the banks are doing into black neighborhoods.
Absolutely. That red line shit is, and we got to pay attention to that when we own stuff too.
You got to be careful. If you ain't got the money when you walk in, you can't get it from there.
No, I'm gonna tell you right now. Here's what we have to do before I read a couple of these comments. Then we really gonna go. We've been saying we're gonna go,
Yeah.
but here's what we got to do. We have to stop caring about Black people. Are the only people that care that people don't like us. Who fucking cares? People don't like Jews. Do you think they give a shit? They still do what they got to do, and they come together as a people. They got their own communities, and they do what they got to do. People don't like Asians. Do you think they care? They don't care if you don't like them. You know what they do? Hurry up and buy. They following your ass in the store. They trying to figure out how they could get your dollar. You don't like them, so what? They want your money. Okay? Black people, they don't like us. They don't like us. Why don't you like us? We the only people that run around here complaining and giving a damn that somebody don't like us. Who cares? It's about building and building with your people, and stop trying to be an individual by yourself and do it alone because you're working together like one finger when you could be a whole fist. Big shout out to Dr. Claude Anderson. Make sure y'all read that book, Powernomics. It's very important. But I'm just saying the Black mentality of Black people is, I'm going to do it by myself. I'm going to do this. I don't do that. You don't need nobody. Bullshit. We need each other. I know I need y'all. You know, I'm going to still work on my own, but I feel like that I'm stronger with my people. Okay, so let me quickly say I was replying to King. Yes, I know Shaki. She was replying to King Charlie Prince. Yeah. That's why I said King Charlie Prince. Team Chemistry said my grandmother had a brown. Oh, you read that one? Mm-hmm. Okay. King Charlie Prince. It's illegal. Did you read that? Mm-hmm. It's illegal when they don't get their cut, but legal when they get their cut. It's illegal when they don't get their cut, but legal when they get their cut. I mean, I'm slow right now. You know, I'm in small. That CBD got me like, hold on, what he say? Read it. What he say? What he say? King Charlie Prince, you got to forgive me. I know I'm speed talking, but I'm also trying to process the information so I can say it and, you know, respond to it correctly. I was waiting for my co-host, but I think he be totally done. We're going to get out of here, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. What?
Oh, no.
Oh no! What? Because he Ray be in another. Ray's going behind, but Ray's about to just walk the back.
Yeah, we so don't know what that was responding to, so I don't know.
Oh no, it was King Charlie Prince.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know what he was responding to, so that's why I was trying to look.
No, yeah, he was saying about them getting their cut. Oh, I get it.
Oh,
it's illegal when they don't get their cut. So when they're not getting their money, it's illegal. But the minute that they getting their money, everything is okay. Then I got it, King. I just caught up now, baby. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But anyway, y'all, we want to thank y'all. We've been talking. We had a lot of shit to get off our chest. I don't know how long we've been on
2
here.
hours.
We've been on here 2 hours, but it's all good. I love chopping it up with y'all. Anybody that want to come on the show and talk with us, let us know. We will bring you on the show, send you the link, and you could be right here on the show with us chopping it up. I love to have these conversations. Look out for Team Chemistry. Make sure you send us King Caffelli. We definitely want to get him on the show. Make sure, I want to just go over this stuff again. Make sure that you guys hit me up. Can you put that flyer up? Make sure you guys hit me up if you need tickets for the upcoming show, November 14th in Middletown. Okay. Everything is going to be popping off here. We got Will Track. Somebody shine the light on him. Hey, if y'all don't know, he's going to be performing. We also got Grand Pooba. Y'all already know who Grand Pooba is. I mean, come on. Like, listen. That's from Brand Nubians, baby. He's going to be performing. We got Shada Black that's going to be performing. We got 4 comedians that's going to be in the building, Kenny Wu, and a whole bunch of other dope-ass performances from other people, other artists, and other comedians. It's going to be open bar. It's going to be a buffet. The tickets is $40. Your girl, Lady Miz, got tickets. If you need them, holla at me. And if anything happens where they shut anything down, you guys will get your money back and get a refund. Look out for my video, Brown Skin. That's going to be coming soon. Big shout out to Big Veg. I want to tell y'all to look out for him. That video will be dropping soon. That's for my sisters, uplifting my sisters in the world of twerking and giving BJs and all of that. I want to talk about my sisters and loving the skin that you in. I love my people. And I know we go through some shit, but I love my people. I'm glad that I am who I am. My ancestors be like, no, baby, we fought for you. We fought for us. And that's the type of spirit that I got. Also, look out for my mixtape coming soon whenever DJ Cisco finally finishes the shit. No, I'm already playing DJ Cisco. But yeah, my mixtape is coming soon. That's going to be on my freestyles and a couple of my songs all on one thing. I want to remind y'all that I have Boss Chips coming out, launching 2021.
Boss Chick Chips.
Boss, yes. Boss Chick chips coming out launching 2021, and I also sell CBD infused wellness wine. So if you want some wine, if you want to have a wine tasting, you can hit me up. If you want to, if you're having an event, and I do pop-up shops, so I could come there and do that as well. I host parties, the whole 9 yards, or you can host your own party if you want, but you can hit me up for that. I sell cases and all of that. You also can become someone who sells wine. If you're interested in that, hit me up. I think that might be it for...
Yep, all your plugs.
Yes, that is it. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank
And
y'all.
we are out, y'all.
Peace out.
From ground up, ground up, from the ground up, from the ground up. There's only one way to go from here.